Hello friends, brothers and sisters, wherever you're gonna watch this video from, this is specifically for you. I want to begin by congratulating you for running the race of life faithfully, and this far you've made a lot of impact and you've made a lot of sacrifice. I just want to bring in one nugget that I want us to factor into today together as we move on. Like I said, you have done very well, tremendously well up to this moment. I want to bring in a thought: make it right. You see, as we live and as we move and have different interactions and make different decisions, we meet different people. We associate with different associations and groupings and or organizations. We meet people from different races, and our lives are adjusted continuously, and we end up being altered, and we end up making certain decisions that we come to realize later on in life that actually that was a mistake. And on my discussion with you today, I just want to say, you have the time to make it right. We may be facing a political pressure, we may be facing economic pressure. Whatever it is, I think there is no shame to come back and make things right. It's human to err, and it is okay to make mistakes. But what we need to have is courage to correct what went wrong in our lives. Let's not feel bound to the mistakes of the past. Let's not feel bound to the errors that we made probably before illumination came, probably before we knew the truth. Now that we know the truth, it is time to make it right. Because you don't want to live in regret. You don't want to live pleasing people. You don't want to live just having the applauses of the people, and yet you are not satisfied on the inside of you. You need to be at peace with yourself. You need to be at peace with your goals. You need to be at peace with your family. You need to be at peace with your soul. Once you realize that there's something that you can make right, of course, we have pressure because people are going to call you inconsistent. People are going to call you undependable. People are going to call you somebody who is neither here nor there, or people are going to say you easily change your goalposts. Let me quickly quote what our late president, Dr. Patrick Levi-Mwanawasa once said when he was in power. Mwanawasa made a stance over a particular issue. But later on, after illumination, he realized that what he stood on and what he said wasn't right. So he changed his position on that. And the whole country rose up against him. They called him inconsistent. They called him unstable. But his response is what really shook me, and that is why I am quoting him today. Because what he said really changed my life. He said, and I quote, "I would rather be right than being consistent." And that is where we are in life sometimes. We feel pressure to be consistent, and yet we understand that what we are consistent in is wrong. Make it right. It is you. This is what you only can do. People who surround you, there are people who are around you because of your fame. There are people who are around you because of your pocket, and all they want is you to have the applauses of the people, to have the crowd around you. They don't really care about your peace. They don't care about the stability of your mind. They don't care about anything else. They follow you because of the name. But you and I understand that there are moments when the name is unsustainable. Make it right, my brother. Make it right, my sister. No matter how far you have gone, you can come back and make it right. Let me conclude by quoting from the Bible, the Word of God. The Apostle Paul, for many years, was involved in a habit or in a tradition of persecuting the church. He was involved in stopping the new movement that had come on the scene, which was called the Way. He was present when the deacon Stephen was being stoned to death. He consented to that. But one day on his way to Damascus to persecute more believers, Jesus Christ appeared to him, and the light of God shone on him. You know what happened? Once he came into contact with the truth, Paul changed the trajectory of his mission. Paul changed whatever he was doing. Of course, he landed into trouble with the Pharisees and the Sadducees, or the teachers of the law and the political system, because he was on their side. But once he came into contact with this new light, he realized that he was not going to live in what people really approved. He had to come and live in the truth. So Paul was ever in contention with the old lifestyle, the people that were friends with him during that moment. But Paul realized that it was better to live for the truth than to live to please man. What are you battling with today? What pressure do you have today? I want to tell you that this is your life, you live once. This is your life, and you live to face the consequences of the decisions that you make. It's human to make mistakes. It's human to make wrong choices. It's human sometimes to offend. But it is also human, and it takes courage to make things right. Whatever you're facing today, you have the power to correct it. This is your moment with your friend Cyrus. I'm glad you stayed on and you listened to me. I love you, and I'll see you again next week at the same time. Bye-bye.